trying to keep some quick videos to keep you guys updated on what's going on in the market. It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Jasmy. Just a quick video on Jasmy and in my perspective. So if you like these Jasmy videos, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Now, nothing really coming from the news sector in Jasmy. Lately there has been a lot of listings and horror has been going on the press runs, just seeing a little bit more marketing, and connecting those dots between Jasmy and Sony has been very uplifting, especially if you are an investor in Jasmy. But now that we're starting to see a little bit of movement here from the market. In fact, President Trump just said that he's expecting the stock market to start booming and just risk on assets, right? As we start to see the tariff de-escalation optimism, right? Powell talked about that, right? And how things could materially change if the economic outlook changed. Well, today we got news that the U.S. and the U.K. just struck a trade deal, right? And you got to expect more countries to come along. I think India did a trade deal as well last week or a little bit earlier this week. So a lot happening as far as that de-escalation optimism. And we talked about this. We said, hey, if the tariffs start to give us information where this thing is ended up being a nothing burger, you'll start to see a lot of these risk on assets, crypto preferably, because we're in crypto, right, start to show some strength, right? And we're actually seeing the resolve of cryptocurrency. And the psychological measure here is the fact that Bitcoin is now over 100K. When Bitcoin hits 100K, what happens? Media starts talking about it. You start seeing like organic marketing, right? Because now the word is being spread out. In fact, I was just actually at my vacation, right, talking to a person, right? I'm just asking them about crypto, and it was just like, yeah, I got crypto, I got XRP and Caspa and Casey, what was it, XC and one of them, right? Whatever it was, XLM, that's what it was. And I was just amazed because this is a person that have never ever talked to me about crypto. So you kind of like see that sentiment start to change the closer we get to Bitcoin being over 100K. Of course, we need to see 100K turn into support. ETH also hitting another psychological milestone here, being above 2K. So those are two things that, well, actually three things that we talked about the last 2 weeks that needed to happen. We needed to see strength from BTC, ETH. We need to see de-escalation news. We did get some bearish things that happened, right? We seen a negative reading on the GDP, yet the economy has been strong, and we are seeing little cracks in unemployment here and there, right? So there's still a little bit of caution, right? And we did get a Fed pause yesterday. It wasn't another cut, but you cannot deny that the market is really showing a lot of strength here. Now, the one thing that I talked about, and actually let's get this screen pulled up here. I don't know why it's doing this. The one thing I actually talked about is these ultimate RSI crosses. Now, the one that I'm actually paying attention to here is Ethereum. And I'm gonna tell you this, right? If Ethereum gets a ultimate RSI cross here printed on Lux Algo, ETH is going to explode, and so will ERC20 tokens, specifically here like Jasmy. So Jasmy is really staring at that ultimate RSI as well. I don't want to get too bullish though, because we are lacking a little bit of volume, but the volatility is there, right? So if we can start to see more volume, right, and we can start to see this sentiment here starting to turn, right, starting to turn the page, you can already start to see the sentiment here. This is the Google trends. The sentiment is starting to bottom out here, right, and put in a bottom. And that's what you want. You want the sentiment, like we seen here in October, the sentiment put it on the bottom and then it exploded, right? The sentiment seems to be the same place it was in October 2024 when everybody was screaming, it's over, Rectober, and then out of nowhere, by the end of the October month, everything just started exploding, right? So now we're here again, where optimally speaking, even though you're seeing this green, the altcoins have fell a lot, right? And specifically Jasmy here, right? So I would assume that if Ethereum starts to show some strength, then you'll start to see a nice move for Jasmy as it reclaims not just the 618 sitting here at 2 pennies, but these moving averages. And you got two options here, right? You're taking a bet if you're assuming that, hey, altcoins are about to show strength. Now, usually and this is the weekly chart, I want to make it clear. Usually these patterns, when you got the flag at the top, right? It's a 50-50. Some would say 60-40, right? 60% chance that it breaks down, depending on the state of the market. 40% chance that it breaks up, right? If Ethereum starts to break out. So if Ethereum breaks out, and you can go check the correlation between ETH and Jasmy, there's a good chance that Jasmy will break to the upside as well, right? What you're looking for is confirmation, right? So if you're a little bit concerned about this move, like, millions, yeah, we had a nice little pump. I don't know about this. We did break the trend. We did break the downtrend, but that pattern looks a little weak. I get it. You can also, not financial advice, wait for confirmation, meaning a couple confirmation candles above these moving averages, the 21-day EMA and the 50-day moving averages, right? So if you're a wait for confirmation type person, that's okay. You'll miss out on a little bit of gains, but you'll still, you'll still be buying upon confirmation, and it's a good it's a good chance that Jasmy breaks out from here and comes to retest the local high at about 7 cents. If we can confirm above these moving averages, the 21-day and the 50-day moving average. So you're still taking a chance here in a bet. I'm looking for the ultimate RSI cross specifically with ETH, and then possibly with altcoins like Jasmy. As far as BTC, you can already see that the net liquidity is on an uptrend. It's on an uptrend, and it's about to put in a higher low, right? You can clearly see this uptrend on the net liquidity, which is bullish for risk on assets. So as the liquidity continues to grow, right, that M2 chart, the greatest chart of all time, all right, and you couple that with bullish news, right, which we just seen multiple states approved the Bitcoin strategic reserve. I know what was the dang state? It was one of the states. I can't remember the state off the top of my head, but I know it was two. I think Arizona was. I don't want to say the wrong state. So I know it was two. We two states, because I talked about this in the last video. 2 states so far have approved the strategic reserve. There's been a couple states that have denied it, right? I want to put that out there too. We want to just keep this shit real as hell over here on this channel. But Bitcoin printing a confirmation candle above the 21-day EMA is bullish. It's no way that I can tell you it's not bullish. I know this market seems kind of odd, where you're like, where's this money coming from? But it's coming, and it's bullish, right? Next stop is the all-time high. And if we break the all-time high, next stop is price discovery. And if Bitcoin goes into price discovery, you gotta think that it's going to take some of the strongest altcoins with it, guys. So, Jasmy doesn't look as strong as ETH. I want to make it clear, but it doesn't have to be. If ETH fucking takes off from here, it's going to take ERC20 tokens with it. Jasmy has been one of the strongest tokens in the top 100. It has been for the last 2 years. All right. So just keep that in mind. And you can see altcoins looking nice around the board. I need to do a video on Tau as well. The Tau ecosystem has been literally exploding, man. Subnets has been going crazy, and you had a chance to get Tau at about $174. It's now $415, guys. And I'm extra bullish on Tau. So that's kind of like what's happening in the market from a TA perspective. We're still waiting on that ultimate RSI cross with ETH, and then we'll look for it on Jasmy. But as far as Bitcoin seems like it wants to lead the show and be that hedge against whatever inflation that we have left, because inflation has been decreasing as well. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the news. Right now, I'm looking at the chart, and the chart is showing me strength. Until the chart shows me a lack of strength, then maybe I'll change my thesis from there short term. But long term, I'm just bullish on risk on that. Long term, not risk on. I'm bullish on digital assets long term. There's nothing that's going to change that. I'm bullish on digital assets long term. So We'll continue to monitor everything. I don't want to. I'm not here to make any predictions. I'm just, shooting some content out here. I'm not even at my studio. I can't do the things and do the research that I want to do. So this is just surface research. Hopefully you guys can respect the video. And when I get back in the lab, we'll start breaking some of these things down. So let me know what you think about the current market. Jasmy holders, are you excited? Man, are you ready for Jasmy to explode? I know this next leg up seems like it's been a long time coming here, but guys, we may be here. And when I get back to the lab, I'll get back to the live streams. Appreciate everybody that's being patient. Catch me on X. I'm very active on X, even on my vacation here, guys. Appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a lovely day. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.